Hello and welcome. Today I am going to rank and review every single ride I have been on at the Clark County Fair, ranking from least favorite to most favorite. I have been on every ride at the Clark County Fair except for the kiddie rides because I'm obviously too big for them, and the Ferris wheel. I am a bit scared of Ferris wheels. It's not the height that I'm scared of. It's just the tipping and the rocking I'm scared of because when I'm in a Ferris wheel and it tips and rocks a lot, I feel like I'm about to fall out, and I have seen that happen too many times, and people have died from that. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get started with the review. So, the first ride I will be talking about is the NASA Enterprise. So, the NASA Enterprise was not the best one. Um, Basically, you just go inside this spaceship thing and you sit down and then you watch this movie, and it's kind of cool, but it wasn't that cool. It was really boring. There was some rocking and going side to side, but that was it. I kind of compare it to that one arcade game. I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's called the Typhoon. I kind of compare that ride to the Typhoon. Honestly, I would rather ride the Typhoon at the arcade or at Dave and Buster's rather than to go on the Enterprise at the Clark County Fair. It was kind of boring. It wasn't really my thing, but it was fun. And I rank that ride a 4 out of 10. And now the next ride is the Rockstar. So the Rockstar is like one of those rides where you just go up and down in a motion. You just go around. You don't go upside down or anything. You just sit there. You just sit there, and then the ride goes. It goes like that, and then it goes for like 5 minutes. Did go a bit high though, which I do like. I do like rides that go very high, but yeah. This was a pretty cool ride. I've been on it back in 2024, and I rank this ride a 4.5 out of 10. No, wait, actually, a 6.5 out of 10. The next ride is Haywire. So the Haywire is very similar to the Scrambler at Oaks Park. But I'm gonna say this right now. The Haywire, in my opinion, did not go very fast. It just did not go that fast. The Scrambler does go a lot faster, in my opinion, but the Haywire, no. I don't know what it was. Maybe the ride operator didn't want to put it at the fast speed or something. But it was an okay ride. I wouldn't ride it again, but it was okay. I rank it a 3.5 out of 10. The next ride is the Scorpion. So, the Scorpion has 4 seats on each. I don't know what those things are called. And there's this table thing in the middle, and you try to spin around this thing you're in, and you just spin. It spins you around, and then you just keep spinning and spinning. I rode it with my boyfriend, just me and my boyfriend, and it didn't go very fast. We tried to go as fast as we can, but we didn't go fast. We did, however, see some teenage boys try to go, and they went faster than us. Why didn't we go fast? But anyway, this is actually a bit of a fun ride. I would ride it again, and I rank it a 5 out of 10. Next ride is the Typhoon. So the Typhoon is kind of a long ride. I did post a video of me riding it with my niece back in 2024. So basically the Typhoon is like this thing, and you sit in a seat. There's 2 people that sit in a seat. So I think the larger person needs to sit on the left while the smaller people sit on the right. And it was a very fun ride. It goes forwards for like 5 minutes. This may not be the accurate time the ride goes for, but this is just my guess. And my guess may not be accurate. So, yeah, just letting you know. And then the ride goes like this, and then it stops, and then it goes backwards. So the ride lasts about like 10 minutes. It's a pretty fun ride. It goes fast, which I like. I like things that go fast. I like things that go high. And this doesn't go high, but it does go fast, and it goes around and around and around and around. And yeah, I rank this ride a 6 out of 10. And then here's another ride I also posted a video about in 2024, the Yo-Yo Swing Ride. So the Yo-Yo Swing Ride is kind of like the adult version of the lolly swings. But it goes higher and you like go out more. I was kind of scared because the seat was like tipping over a bit and I had a fear I'd fall out. But it turns out I didn't fall out and I turned out just fine. I was like grabbing onto the chain not to make myself fall out. And it was pretty fun. It went really high and around. And there is a similar ride to the yo-yo at the Rose Festival City Fair. I forgot what it was called. But it was a very fun ride. It's another ride I'd go on again, go around and around. I really love swing rides, and I rank it a 8 out of 10. The next ride is the T-Rex. So the T-Rex is kind of like an orbiter ride, but it does go a bit high. You go like this, and then you swing around and around and around and around. And then there's like 3, it's kind of like built, like, the design of it does look similar to the Haywire, but it's not like the Haywire. It's a much faster ride, and it goes high. It doesn't go very high. Maybe it goes like 15 feet off the ground, or 10, or something like that. But it was a really fun ride. I did like the speed, and I would definitely ride it again. It was like one of my favorite rides at the Clark County Fair. I would go there again next year and ride it again. And I rank the ride a 8 out of 10. Next ride is the Area 51 Gravitron. So the Area 51 Gravitron is basically like one of those rides, and you go inside this spaceship thing, and then they close it on you, and then you sit in a seat like this, and then it spins around, and then eventually the seat goes up to the wall, and it stays there for a bit, and then it comes back down, and then I think this one, when you go on this one, it does it like twice when you ride it. And fun fact, I can actually crisscross applesauce in that. I can like lift up my legs and just crisscross them the whole time. I know it's weird, but I can do that. I've been on this ride twice. Yesterday, I went on it once with my boyfriend, and then again with my niece and nephew. And I rank this ride a 9 out of 10. I love zero gravity rides so much. I would do this again. And now the next ride is the Tilt-A-Whirl. This is actually, the Clark County Fair is actually where my love for this ride has started. Like, I love the ride so much. Anyway, so the Tilt-A-Whirl, you sit in this, like, this egg-looking thing, and then, the maximum amount of people that can sit in it is 3. You can't put any more than 3 people in the ride. And also, I think the biggest person goes in the middle or something. So I had to sit in the middle with my niece and nephew. My nephew was right here and my niece was right here, and I was just in the middle. And we were like spinning around and around and around. I love this ride so much. It spins really fast. I would definitely go on it again. I ranked this ride a 10 out of 10. Now let's go to the last two rides. And these rides are very scary. But I like them. No, wait, three rides. Did I review the Zipper yet? I don't know. And then the next ride is a very iconic one. It's the Zipper. So I have been on the Zipper 2 times prior to going on the Zipper at the Clark County Fair. But anyways, let's get on with the review. So the Zipper is probably one of the scariest rides out there. Basically you're in this like cage, and then you just like rock back and forth, and then you flip, and then you flip again, you rock back and forth, and yeah, it's very similar to the Cranium Shaker in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you've read any of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, I'm like most of the series, then you probably know about the Cranium Shaker and how similar it is to the Zipper. But anyways, the Zipper was really fun. You flip. The first time I was really scared, but as you go on it more, you get less scared of it and you get more used to it. It's really fun. I really like getting stuck at the top. You know when you're like stuck at the top of the Zipper and they're like trying to let people out on the bottom? That's my favorite part, to be honest. And I was a bit scared of going on the Zipper at the Clark County Fair yesterday, but then I heard I Was Made for Lovin' You by Kiss on another ride, and that made me less scared because I love Kiss. And I went on, and it was really fun. And I rank this ride a 10 out of 10. And now we're on to the last 2 rides I went on. Now we will be reviewing the Chaos. So the Chaos is really fun. Basically, this is how it goes. So it's like this thing, and there's like 4 seats. I think there's like 20 or 24 seats. There's like 4 seats here, 4 seats here, 4 seats here, 4 seats here, and 4 seats here. And I was sitting right here next to my boyfriend. And this ride does go, it doesn't go all the way upside down, but it does go, and it does spin. So this ride went like, and then you spin around, and then you spin around like that, and then you spin around like that, and then you spin around like that. And that was actually one of the rides I was most excited about going on at the Clark County Fair. And I ranked this ride a 10 out of 10. I would definitely go on that ride again, whether I'm scared or not, because I love it. And now we'll go on to the last ride. So for the last ride, this one's definitely a very scary one. A lot of people say it's scary. And it is called the Ring of Fire. So the Ring of Fire, basically, it's like a roller coaster thing. Oh wait, I gotta stand up. It looks like this. And you go like that, and that, and that. You basically just do this over and over and over again for like 3 minutes until you do this. And then it stops. And then you get off. So that's basically what the Ring of Fire is. I went on it for the first time yesterday. I was like sitting like right here. It was like very hard for me to get in and get out because I would have like slipped easily, but I didn't slip. I just did this, and it went like, and it was really fun. I loved it. It was definitely scary, and I did have my eyes closed for most of the time, but I loved it. And I rank this ride a 10 out of 10. And those are all the rides I've been on at the Clark County Fair. Let me know in the comments what ride is your favorite and what ride you'd go on or not go on. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.